Today's video is brought to you by this guy. And Arbortec Scaffell boots. The toughest name in boots. The best there ever was. Better than all the rest. Built like a tank in a shit brick house. Good for kicking stuff and things too. Climbing. Did I mention kicking shit? Get yours today before they're gone. It's only money.
We're back again. We're talking boots again. Arbortec Scaffell versus Arbpro Evo 2's. This is not a apples to apples comparison, of course, because these are chainsaw protective boots and these are just like tree climbing boots. So stay tuned, we'll get into it. Both of these were purchased from Tree Stuff. I'll put up the prices of each. And at first these were welcome to change compared to the Timberlands I was wearing. These are definitely superior on spikes. Probably one of the biggest selling points of these is their slim, narrow profile, and the fact that both boots have the clips for a knee ascender when rope walking. And they do, even though despite the low heel, they do perform very well on spikes. So there's a plus. But I probably only wore these like maybe 8 times or something, 6 to 8 times, and I don't know, they make me feel like when I was walking in them, they felt like super unnatural on the ground. Almost made me feel like as you can see, it was kind of pretty difficult. They're really stiff. The soles felt completely different, like no flexage and minimal shock absorption. They were pretty warm. I mean, inside I think is made of like illegally poached seal hide and like velvet and felt and wool. No, they're soft. It's not wool. They're softer, but I mean they were pretty warm and they just felt weird until you got on the spurs or start climbing. That's when they feel pretty good. And then also they make you, since the Vibram soles are supposed to be of a softer variety, they wear out quicker as far as shit kicking on the ground. So maybe there would be a reason for some to buy it. It'll make you impervious to groundwork. You know, like Boss wore his Arbpro Evos today. Fuck, looks like we ain't getting no groundwork out of him. And that was by design. Alright, these are my favorites. By far my favorite boots ever out of any boot. And I did love my Timberland Hyperions, but these they're almost a perfect boot for me, even though a perfect boot doesn't exist really. But these, we've had them for, I think I've been rocking them, I don't know, 6 to 8 months, and I can tell by now my Timberlands would have been pretty roughed up, and I can tell that these are gonna look like the sole's in very good shape still. These are gonna last me. These were worth the money, and again, like I said, I already showed the prices. And these are pricey boots, but for a few shekels more than these pieces of shits here, the Hakes chainsaw boots, Air Power XR200s, you know, these things, I've had to replace the insoles and it still didn't help them. These I can't stand. These ones were not worth the money. Definitely no buyer's remorse with these. Now granted, the price probably has a lot of people hesitant to buy something like this. That's what the point of this video is, I guess. By far the best boots I've had, and this should be by far the best Arbortec review out there ever. So I discussed some of the things I liked that were okay about these boots, and the biggest drawback is how hard these are on and off. I can't stand that. It's like a commitment for those. These things are by far the easiest. That was the first thing I noticed. These are the easiest boots to put on outside of house slippers, and take off too. Granted, they got an extensive lacing system, but like as far as in and out, as we'll demonstrate. Boom, see, they open up nice and wide, and just boom, easy peasy. They are what are they, 8-inch boots, I believe. So they offer very good ankle support, and these are steel toe and extremely waterproof. And you can see they have there's a video, maybe I'll put the link in my description there, how they have their recommended lacing. And so that's the way I lace these up. So here you put your first little cross in there, and then the only thing I do different, different from what they recommend, they just have you continue on to your next setup. Right here I add another cross in. That's all. The only thing it helps to make it a little extra secure and take up a little bit of extra lace, and then they have you come down here in the middle. So I mean, it's against what you're used to, kind of, or you make your knot up here, you come back down, and boom. And I'm sure you could incorporate, if you didn't like this, some form of a logger's tie, which I used to do on these boots. I used to wrap around, and then eventually the lace would slide up and it'd loosen. But these are pieces of shit. Let's get them out of here. So those are some points. I love how secure these are. Very, very waterproof. These are great in the winter. They aren't cold weather rated, but as long as you're moving in them, your feet, you'll like warm them right up and they stay warm. But as soon as you stop, you can tell the sole will absorb the cold rather quickly. So you just need to start moving again. Yeah, they've been very wonderful boots. Well worth the money. I mean, I'm glad they don't cost any more, but I'm going to be buying them again whenever they do decide to wear out. Guess part of the reason I got the blue, went with the cobalt, is because I figured it's a darker color, so once they got dirty, they'd look a little bit less flashy than the crispy new blue. And then they just look like a normal boot, really, that doesn't stand too far out of the crowd. Similar though to the Arbpros, just a minor inconvenience. The heel is rather low. It would be nice if it was just the groove in there was just a hair longer, so you'd be set up for your spurs a little better. But you just need to crank your spurs down extra snug. Just be diligent about that and you'll be fine. These are just as good or better on spurs, I would say. These were similarly stiff, brand new. And that's one thing I've heard other guys say, is to don't be discouraged your first couple weeks. It might take you to break them in, that they might be kind of miserable to wear, so that would probably be discouraging to some. These Hakes, piece of shit 200s. I won't hesitate to throw in Timberland anti-fatigues. I like these ones a lot, but I mean, these aren't very different from Dr. Scholl's gels. So whatever you prefer, you can always upgrade the soles. And pretty much every boot other than Timberland boots, I would always add different insoles to them. So that's one thing too that's impressed me. The Arbortecs, I think it only took me a week. Sometime during the second week, they were fine to me. I got used to them. But I thought for sure once I first tried them on, I was going to need to replace the insoles right away, because they felt sort of thin, and they felt very similar to these guys as far as like strapping a Dutch clogger on your foot or something. But no, after the break-in period, these things are wonderful, and I haven't had to replace the insoles. But I bet you if the insoles wear out a little bit more, maybe I'm sure I can drop a pair of the anti-fatigue insoles in there, and they'll be like brand new, and ride them until the soles fall off. These boots, literally, they're made of Martian cattle leather, so it's like impervious to UV rays and water. That's why they're so awesome with the waterproof, because there's no water up there. And then like real asteroid material on the bottom, the sole, asteroid and meteorites hot forged together, along with like space age fiberglass on the inside. Like a shank would be I think from the rings of Saturn they make it, so that's why it's like really comfortable on the spurs. And then inside also is like silk and satin cashmere from the planet Endor. Oh, and then they also added in a little bit of sassafras in the insole for shock absorption. Alright, we'll now attempt to show you like why I don't wear these pieces of shits anymore either. Okay. Oh, dang. just simply boom and start lacing. And these guys, oh, they're a little easier. I'll admit they're a little easier going on than getting off. And then they got this kind of, you know, fiddle with it to get it nice and snug, and then it's a ball buster to get loose. I mean, you just don't want to have to come home every day and have to bust your balls trying to get your just a simple task like trying to get your fucking boots off. You know, you don't want to have to do this like Josh Man does every time he wears his Arbpro Evos, you know, to get them off. This could be a minute, folks. Damn it, still not off. So again, folks, that's just the main point of this. Wanted to bring up for maybe guys that were looking for a little more info on these. You know, my experience has been nothing but pleasant with these boots. I love them. I'll be buying them again, especially that they're made from space age materials, and they should last a very long time. So, you know, this wasn't necessarily a fair apples to apples comparison against these, but like these, like I said, maybe 8 times or something like that. And once I got these, it's like I don't feel like, I'm not sure if I'll ever really wear these again. So maybe if someone's over these, I think these are Euro 42.5, UK 8.5, so I think it was 9.5 US size. If someone maybe thinks they'd like them, get a hold of me. We could maybe work something out about me sending you these practically new Arbpros. That's just it. These hopefully that helps someone and assists them if they were maybe on the fence thinking, oh, those look sweet, but I don't know. I recommend them highly. And I think I seen they got some other, you go on their Arbortec's website, and I think they got some other like even more rugged and burly looking boots than these are. So don't just take my word for it. Ask our good buddy European Josh Man. Yeah, Euro Josh Man here. These fuckers are good. These Scaffell lites. These are fucking bitching boots. You should buy, yes.